YouTube, welcome back to Vibe FM. In today's video, we'll be revealing some rappers that you didn't know don't do drugs. But first, we need you guys to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this and so much more. Hit that bell too so that you get notified whenever we drop a new video. For now, let's get right into it. Number 1. Tyler the Creator. Tyler the Creator is one of the craziest people you'll ever come across. He says and does outrageous things, and he is just completely separate from the ordinary crowd. So while Tyler the Creator is obviously a rather wild dude in many ways, you might be surprised to know that he does not at all touch drugs. He has been very open about how he stays sober, both in public appearances and in work. He actually makes mention to this song in Domo 23. He raps, "And while you're rolling doobies, I'll be in my bedroom scoring movies." Tyler was also a member of the young hip-hop collective Old Future, and you know there were some drugs flowing around there, but as Tyler said in an appearance on Arsenio Hall about his lack of drug use, some things aren't for everyone. What a good guy. Number 2. J. Cole. This one is pretty interesting. J. Cole most commonly in his early days rapped a lot about drugs. A lot of rappers write songs about partying just to draw people in. He used to rap a lot about smoking weed to keep his fans in the loop. But there's a plot twist. Cole was never really into doing any drugs himself. He eventually phased out the mention of smoking and drugs from his music just like he had previously phased it out of his life. He once said in an interview, "I just had a phase towards the end of college. That was my phase, but it was never for me." That is a lesson to not believe everything you hear on rap songs. Some things in songs are just for vibes. Number 3. Kendrick Lamar. From one legendary rapper to another, we now have K-Dot. Kendrick grew up in Compton surrounded by drug users, including his own father. His dad warned him at a young age not to be like him, and to not wind up on the street corner, and Kendrick did exactly that. He does not drink or smoke, and he has even spoken out against the hip-hop trend of rapping about Molly. You may have certain artists portraying these trends and don't really have that lifestyle, and then it gives off the wrong thing, he said. Number 4. 50 Cent. Now we have 50 Cent, who has never been a big drinker or drug user. The rapper stated during a Piers Morgan interview, 50 said that he never done drugs and had only been drunk a handful of times. "I got a chance to watch a lot of my mother's sisters and brothers at different periods experiment with the use of drugs or alcohol, and I see them respond so differently that I stay away. I've had an experience that made me paranoid because of it, and I stayed away from it following that." That is very interesting to hear, especially when you take into account that 50 used to deal drugs way back in the day. Decades later, he has stayed sober and has not been tempted. That is pretty impressive. Number 5. Eminem. Eminem is a legend in the hip-hop world, but he had some serious struggles when it came to drugs. It was mostly with prescription pills such as Xanax and Vicodin. After a near-fatal overdose, some stays in rehab, and a relapse or two, Eminem is now officially sober. He is strong in his sobriety and once helped Joe Budden get sober, which is amazing. He has now been sober for a very long time. He's been able to help other addicts get clean too. Once during a tour, he thanked his fans for helping him get through a dark time. "I couldn't believe that anybody would be naturally happy without being on something." Him getting sober also had a lot to do with becoming a father too. Number 6. Logic. Sometimes when someone is brought up in a horrible environment and surrounded by violence and drug use, the person usually buys into that lifestyle. But in some cases like Logic's, those experiences has nudged him into living a life that is sober and peaceful. Maryland rapper Logic grew up with a mother who battled addiction and worked as a prostitute, and a father who was addicted to drugs and used to get crack from one of his brothers. Logic did in fact use drugs for a while, but he is now sober and has been for a while. Those are some of the rappers that you didn't know were sober. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more content like this and much more. Turn on notifications too so that you don't miss out on any future videos. We'll catch you guys next time here on Vibe FM. Peace.